Hello, welcome back. This is episode number 6, a continuation of the previous vlog. And just to recap the events undertaking up until this very episode, we are in London. Appreciate that. John Taylor, the protagonist in the series, is being tracked down by two adversaries. Number one, a faction sent to lure him out of the United Kingdom with a hidden agenda, and number two United Kingdom's government agencies, that is the MI5 and the government wing that deals with matters beyond United Kingdom's borders, that is the MI6. So Sanders always had questions to ask. Most men at Thames labeled him a dick lost in despondency. Let's just say these men hated lawyers, and by such feat, Logan Sanders was one, an attorney who was currently testing his entrepreneurial skills at dry cleaning businesses in Luton. So accomplished at what he did, word went he opted for Chip's counterfeiting ring and operated it in his garage for a local London-based casino. Henry, it appeared, had enough to occupy his attention in Logan's flighty dialogue. He could not help reacting with a burst of energy of similar magnitude. "Logan," he said, "with all due respect, be patient. If you think you can do this better, knock yourself out. It saves time. We all call it a day." "Logan, let's be realistic," Richard said. "What was all this about? We don't work together, we fuck this up. You wanna call the shots? Go out there and kick ass." A month before, this agent had been put on review. Although it had pushed him to the wall, he did not despair. He had threatened a few with a toasting fork in hand at a grilling party and almost bowled out. They baited him eventually. Then someone offered him some leverage, a basic moonlighting commission. They said it had come from above. The hideous enemy had badmouthed him in dashing waves of deception. He must have eventually grown thick-skinned. "I agree with you, sir," reacted Agent Martin Finch. "Besides, the MI6's boss, Sir William Gordon, will be here any minute now. He expects a thorough briefing on this. Otherwise, he won't share his intel with us, trust me." Mr. Henry Blackpool had been running the errands of an office reserved only for the MI6's best brains for close to 6 months now. His ingenuity in little clues was transcendent, sufficient. They said he could match seemingly redundant incoming intel to such vital leads as none of his associates ever did. Here at Thames House, though, and this very day, Mr. Blackpool had a feeling he had been molested by a little shabby man with a terrible squint going Richard May by name. He did not. May was just who he was. The man always commanded a natural threatening attitude to which those under his thumb had come to reflect as necessary. May paced about the wine computer monitor, grinning and cocking his head in thought and making a low obeisance to his recruit as though he'd take him by the collar and toss him out the window. So this kind of stalling would probably be extended further but for a frightening exercise of Agent Logan's banging fists on the desk before the fidgety Richard May, stopping him short before the blinds to the window through which he contemplated tossing Henry. It was as though the principles that drove his agenthood grated against those of his juniors, leaving him white-livered yet aggressive to the core. He'd be cool at times, alright, yet sufficiently manly to speak gruff enough to show them all if they'd been watched. His fondness for hands-on duty had cost him a good deal of broken bones in the recent past, so that the boys who knew him since induction only cast a deferential look at the crooked heels of his shoes and wondered if he might trip himself up in his fidgeting mood. Very well then, up until next time, goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.